telling you about this new game that's coming out for the Microsoft Xbox. It's called MX 2002, featuring Ricky Carmichael. MX 2002 featuring Ricky Carmichael first appeared on the PS2, and they've made some improvements to the game for this port to the Xbox. Now, a number of these improvements are just a little flashy, but some help a lot as far as, you know, the different modes and the experience you're going to get out of this game. Now, some of the most notable improvements over the last game, which you can read about in Jeff Gerstmann's review, are the two new tracks that they've added, which are the Tacoma track and the Washington track. Now, Tacoma is an outdoor rally type of track where, you know, it seems like the kind of place that you would normally have just a race, but it's a dirt track. There's trucks and vans and trailers and stuff parked around, and it looks real authentic, and you can go off the course itself and, you know, roam around in the fields and jump over hills, and you've got buildings and ramps everywhere, and it's a pretty good outdoor stunt track. Now, Washington is probably the most original new track in that you're racing in this courtyard. I mean, you're not racing, it's a stunt track. In this courtyard that's right in the middle in front of the Capitol building. There's like the Federal Reserve Bank or something similar to that. You're in the middle of all these recognizable monuments in the middle of Washington, D.C. And it's a really cool track because while the area itself isn't large, there's a lot of stuff to do. You can go ahead and jump off the steps. There's all kinds of ramps. There's a nice open area in the middle with some dirt jumps, and there's some like artistic looking monuments where you can go inside, and there's like it's an ovular kind of ramp where you could like leap over and just continue doing circular tricks, almost like a swimming pool would be for a skating game. So it's a pretty neat track to check out and have fun with. One of the other additions to MX 2002 in comparison to the PlayStation 2 version is the new calendar mode or schedule mode, where you'll be racing week after week for 4 weeks a month to go ahead and compete against other racers. And it's kind of like a story mode would be, where you have to successfully complete one race to qualify for the next one and get enough high placing finishes so that you can go ahead and move on to the higher CC races. You start off in the 150cc category, and then eventually you get to the more challenging and fast 250cc category where Ricky Carmichael competes. And the cool thing is that you're creating your own rider for these events, and you could pick from all kinds of licensed clothing such as Fox and Thor, and you can pick your own bike. I mean, they've got Kawasaki bikes. It's really cool bikes to pick from. So you've got this created guy that you make yourself. You name him, you put your number on the back. It's a 3-digit number possibly, and then you go ahead and put him through this series of races, and it lasts a long time, and it's a lot of fun to compete in. In addition to the different series of modes, you have a little bit more customization in MX 2002 than you've ever had before. I mean, you're now able to actually cater the different specifications of your bike to how you would like it to perform. You've got 3 different categories to tweak. You can mess with the exhaust, the pipe. You could get a fatty pipe, or you could get a standard pipe, and that'll affect your top speed and how fast you accelerate. And you can mess with the brakes, and you can mess with the suspension, which will allow you to turn on a dime, or you can go ahead and get it so you can catch a lot of air, but then you don't deal so well with the rough terrain. So if you prefer a more floaty ride, or if you prefer, you know, something that's able to get through the rough bits a little better, then you can actually tool your bike to however you like, and it's a really good addition to the game. Now, a lot of people are going to be wondering, how does it compare to the PS2 version besides these new additions? And well, it looks pretty much just like the PS2 version, except that you'll notice that a lot of the backgrounds have a little bit more poly, so you got a bit more detail going on there. It's as good, if not better looking than the PS2 version in all aspects, and it runs at a really steady frame rate, and it's very sharp looking. The animations are tight, the bikes look good, and the controls are really good. So it's definitely a positive comparison. Now, MX 2002 is currently scheduled to appear in November along with the Microsoft Xbox, so keep an eye out for it if you're into motocross.